Assalamu alaikum to the all Muslim Amma. Have you ever felt ignored, overlooked or left behind while others moved ahead? It hurts, doesn't it? You question your worth, your efforts, even your doers. You wonder, why am I not being seen? Why am I not being chosen? But what if the very thing you are complaining about is actually saving you? Have you ever felt ignored or left behind while others moved ahead? It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts, doesn't it? You question your worth, your efforts, even your doers. You sit quietly, watching people being chosen, being praised, being elevated, while you remain in the background unnoticed. And slowly, a whisper begins to grow inside your heart asking, why not me? You begin to feel as though perhaps you are not good enough. Perhaps you are not deserving. Perhaps Allah has forgotten you. But what if the very thing you are feeling is not rejection at all? What if it is something far deeper, far more merciful than you can imagine? You see, we often measure success by what is visible. We think that being seen, being known, being recognized is a sign of Allah's favor. But that is not always the case. Sometimes, what you are asking for with so much desperation is the very thing that could break you. And because Allah loves you, He keeps it away from you. Not because you are unworthy, but because you are too valuable to be placed in a situation that would harm your heart, your iman, or your future. Think about it for a moment. There are doors you knocked on repeatedly, opportunities you begged for, paths you cried over because they did not open. At that time, it felt like loss. It felt like silence. It felt like your prayers were not being heard. But if you look back today, you might begin to see something different. You might realize that had those doors opened, you would have walked into something that was not meant for you, something that could have taken you away from Allah, instead of bringing you closer. Allah sees what you do not see. He knows the conversations that would have happened, the influences that would have surrounded you, the tests that would have overwhelmed you. And so, in His infinite wisdom, He shields you. He keeps you away. He places a barrier between you and certain outcomes, even when your heart is pulling you towards them with all its strength. And sometimes that protection comes in the form of being hidden, not being chosen, not being noticed, not being placed in the spotlight. And in a world that constantly tells you that visibility is everything, that recognition is success, it becomes difficult to accept being in the background. But the believer understands something deeper. The believer knows that being unseen by people does not mean being unseen by Allah. When Allah hides you, He is not neglecting you. He is nurturing you in ways that cannot be seen. He is protecting your sincerity, protecting your intentions, protecting your connection with Him. Because sometimes, the moment you are exposed, your intentions begin to shift. Your actions begin to change. You start seeking the approval of people instead of the pleasure of Allah. And without even realizing it, your heart begins to drift. So Allah keeps you away from that. He keeps you in a space where your relationship with Him can grow without distraction. Where your du'as are made in silence, your tears fall in privacy, and your faith strengthens away from the noise of the world. And although it feels lonely, although it feels like you are being left behind, in reality, you are being prepared. Preparation is not always comfortable. It often feels like waiting, like stillness, like nothing is happening. But in that stillness, something powerful is taking place. Your patience is being built. Your trust in Allah is being deepened. Your reliance on Him is becoming stronger. And these are the qualities that will carry you through the moments you are asking for. Because what if you were given everything right now without being prepared for it? What if you were placed in a position you desire, but your heart was not ready? It could destroy you. It could take you away from your purpose. And Allah, in His mercy, does not allow that to happen. So when you feel hidden, do not rush to assume the worst. Do not let your heart believe that you are forgotten. Remind yourself that Allah's plan is not limited to what you can see. His wisdom is far greater than your understanding. And just because something is delayed does not mean it is denied. There is a timing that belongs to Allah alone. A perfect moment when everything will align in a way that makes sense, even if right now it feels confusing. And until that moment arrives, your role is not to question His plan, but to trust it. To continue making dua, to continue striving, to continue believing that what is meant for you will never miss you. And perhaps one day you will look back at this moment, at this feeling of being hidden, and you will understand. You will see the protection in what once felt like rejection. You will recognize the mercy in what once felt like silence. And you will realize that Allah was not keeping you away from something good. He was keeping you away from something that was not meant for you, while preparing something far better in its place. There are moments in life when you are not exposed, not recognized, not given that opportunity you so desperately wanted. And in those moments your heart feels heavy. But the truth is, there are things you do not see, dangers you do not know, and paths that could have broken you had you been placed there. Sometimes being hidden is not a punishment, it is protection. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows what you can handle and what you cannot. He knows the environments that would weaken your faith, the people who could harm your soul, and the situations that might distance you from Him. So He holds you back, not to deprive you, but to preserve you. So next time you feel unseen, remember this: you are not forgotten. You are being guarded. May Allah replace every hidden pain in your heart with peace, and every delay with something far more beautiful than you imagined.